Hello?
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Buenos días.
Buenos días, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Cambio, one moment.
Please give us 1 minute to prepare the camera, okay?
Okay, sir.
Iya. Saya pengen
Now is
Okay, good morning.
good morning to you.
And good evening there. It's evening there, almost, in Indonesia.
Is it?
Can you listen me right? No?
The microphones are not on, so
Yeah.
Purnama Lab, can you hear us?
Zepna minta mikrofonnya coba di onin. Tadi dia nyala.
Hello.
Please
Hello,
on the
no.
mic.
El micrófono está aquí.
Okay.
Maybe we can have a short introduction.
Yes, I can hear
Who
you.
is with us? Nunung, can you explain?
¿Un poco ahí?
¿Me pongo aquí?
Sí, un poco.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you explain who is listening? Oh, hola. Buenos días, Miguel.
Hola, buenos días, buenos días.
Buenos días. Ah, no.
Okay, Nunung.
Yes.
By our side, I would like to, well, you know, Helmut. Helmut is our sales manager from Water ID. Okay. And any question that you need, please feel free also to ask him directly. Okay. I am. Hello? It seems there are some problems with the. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you, Sergio.
Okay, perfect. As I told you by WhatsApp the other day, you can try, because you are a seller company, okay? You are a distributor. You can try to sell in the hotels and also in the industries, like, for example, industries that have cooling towers. It's very, very important also in some swimming pools. In public swimming pools, they test the Legionella, and also hospitals. As I told you, I was there in the past doing in a congress of Legionella with laboratories around Indonesia, scientific public centers. They were like inspectors of Legionella and other possible diseases, okay? And I was also in Bandung, for sure in Jakarta, and your country is lovely, very nice country. It's amazing. I didn't was in Bali, maybe next time, but in summary, what I mean is very important for us, the technical part, but also the commercial part. Okay, you have to understand clearly where you can sell this kind of test. Okay, hotels is number one. Why? Yeah, and also hospitals. Okay, because for example, imagine that you have a hospital and you need to test the Legionella, you know, by culture, you know, with the plates. You need culture, you know, with agar, you need more than 15 days to obtain a positive or negative result. Okay.
Siéntate si quieres.
And this means no worry. That's 1 month. Okay. With our method, what you can do is to take, for example, 20 rooms. Okay, in a hospital hotel, 20 rooms. You test these 20 rooms in just 1 hour with our method. You can test quantitative. Okay, it's a quantitative method. You will obtain a result 10 to 3, 10 to 4. Then what you can do is quickly clean these rooms, and these positive samples that you have received from these 20 rooms, you can in parallel, because maybe your legislation say that you have to bring it to the laboratories, in parallel you can do the other kind of test. Okay, I am not saying that our test is the best of the world. You know, in bacteria testing, I think there is nothing the best. Okay, but it is it is a very good tool for helping in hospitals, hotels, water towers. I'd like to proceed with the. Sorry, because it seems that you are recording, right?
Yes, it's okay because we can.
No. Yeah.
If we
sure.
forget.
Yeah, for sure, it's okay.
Yeah.
Then we will proceed first with the filtration equipment. Okay. All the methods needs that you take water from the swimming pool, from the hotel room, from the cooling tower tray, because you need, please understand that you need, for example, if you take 1 liter, you will have the bacteria, but you need to concentrate. You need to concentrate to understand how many colonies of bacteria are in this liter. Okay. This is why we need to filter in our method, but you need to filter in PCR. You need to filter in culture. I mean, always you need to filter. Okay. It is a pity because we have to lose this time doing the filtration, but please understand the concept. You have to filter. Okay. Then we will explain you first what is the filtration equipment that we have, but there is also. There is, Miguel, ¿puedo enfocar este?
Sí.
There is, please see this, there is other laboratory filtration equipment, okay? That I am sure that some customers of yours, for example, laboratories will have this already, okay? Then you don't need to sell them the portable filtration. Okay. After this filtration, we will have the concentrated Legionella. Okay. Maybe there is Legionella or maybe not. Okay. We never know. Even this is also important. Even if we say that there is Legionella because our methods say that we have Legionella, you know that there is a range. Maybe there is a possibility that you say yes, positive test, but it is not. Okay. In this case, I need to tell you something very important. You know PCR, method,
Yes.
the PCR method, they collect the bacteria, they break the bacteria, they take the DNA of the bacteria, you know, right? They concentrate the DNA. And then the problem in this kind of method is that the bacteria, maybe you say that there is a positive, but maybe this bacteria is dead. This bacteria is dead. This bacteria is not infective. And you are saying that there is a positive, okay? Also in culture methods with the plates that you put inside the culture, the oven, you know that this is just counting the bacteria, the colonies of bacteria. The problem sometimes is the interference of other bacteria that goes over the Legionella, okay? Then you don't count the Legionella. Then you can say a negative and maybe it's a positive, okay? What is happening with our method? I am sure that you already saw the videos, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to waste time today showing you the videos because you already have it, but this is very easy method. Okay, we have the bacteria, we have the magnetic particles, they are paramagnetic. This means that they don't, the particles don't attach together because they are paramagnetic, okay? They only will attach to a magnet, not between them, the particles, okay? These particles have antibodies, okay? The antibodies only will detect, this is important, the antibodies only will detect the antigens of the bacteria. Then you will see later, the particles will fix it to the bacteria, okay? And this is something seems fantastic, but it's really easy. With a magnet, we will collect the bacteria, okay? What this means, if we have a dead bacteria or almost dead bacteria, you know that the antigens will not, we will not work good with the connection with the antibodies, okay? Maybe the membrane it's broken, or you know, maybe in the first, you will see later, in the first step we collect, but in the second wash or even the third wash, this dead bacteria goes up. You will see how, because we throw it. What I mean, and I finish with that, we only collect, and this is demonstrated, real bacteria, real Legionella, real infective Legionella, not dead, okay? And this is why our method is very good. And the last thing, we have a certification of AOAC, okay? This is not something that we say this is good. I mean, we need some certification extra company that do this kind of certification. Important, this AOIC is done every year. Every year they test, they are from Canada and United States. They work also with Coca-Cola, Nestle, and other big companies, okay? Every year they test that our method is working, okay? Well, it's important to say in that case that our method works and is compared with culture. Culture, you know, the plates culture, is the most common method in the world to measure Legionella. Then our method, in this case, Legipid with PrimeLab, only the results is in colonies. I mean, it's the same result and same method that the culture. And this comparison is done by AOEC, and it was done by so many laboratory, independent laboratories, okay? I finished now. PCR, you know that they don't count in colonies, they count in cycles, and you know. Do you already work with PCR, right?
No,
PCR?
no, not really.
No?
We're working with PCR.
Okay, PCR, it's another method that gives you a result in 48 hours, but the problem is that can give you positive results and they are negative, and what I already explained, okay?
Yes.
Okay, then let's start. I don't know if Helmut wants to introduce something, but if not, we will begin with the presentation.
No, thank you, Sergio, for the nice explanation. It's very clear, and I think we can continue.
Okay,
Do you
perfect.
have any questions from Punamala?
I don't have question until now. I don't know. And the other team, Mifta, Zabna. Gilang, Pak Tony, and you too. Any question?
No, it's okay. Then we will start.
Okay.
One last thing.
There's nobody from the user side. You are teaching the user then, is that correct? Hello?
Yes. What?
So the user will be taught by you, or is somebody with you who want to use it, the
Yeah,
system?
we will teach the user, the end user.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you. It was very clear. Thank you. I think it's very nice, understandable.
Thank you. Let's start now with the filtration equipment. One last thing, we detect Legionella species. This means that we detect all kinds of Legionellas, and the most important Legionella is the Pneumophila serogroup 1 and serogroup 2. Is right? Okay.
1 y 2.14.
1 and 2.14. Very important because we can detect other kind of Legionellas, okay? Just have it in mind. Okay, Miguel, let's start with the...
Sí, bueno. Sí. Comenzamos con la explicación de la filtración portátil, ¿vale?
Okay, we will begin with the filtration equipment, okay? Portable.
Dile que disculpen si en inglés no.
I will translate from Spanish to English, okay?
Super.
Okay. Bueno, ellos tienen todo este equipo, ¿no?
It is right that you have already...
No en este momento, pero...
You have already this equipment there, right? This is the portable filtration. Okay.
La filtración se realiza, se quitaría el embudo, ¿vale?
You need to take out this upper part, okay?
Rosca, y tendríamos, bueno, aquí tenía un filtro de antes. Tendríamos un litro de la muestra.
This is the sample water, okay? From the room, you told me that it's a mining company, from the mining company or hospital, etc. This 1 liter of sample, okay?
Y colocaríamos el filtro de policarbonato con pinzas.
Este era el de 0,40.
0,4 micras, sí.
This is the 0.4 micrometers, okay? And this is the polycarbonate. Please, it's really important. Can I take that?
Sí.
Can you see this?
Yes.
This is a protector, blue protector. We have some problems sometimes that you will receive some comments from your customers. Oh, this doesn't work. Because this is just a paper, okay? Be careful with that. They have to put the polycarbonate. It's like a plastic.
Y se coloca por la parte brillante hacia arriba. Si tiene dos partes brillantes da igual, pero si es la única parte brillante es hacia arriba.
If there is a bright side, better put it up, okay?
Cerraríamos.
¿Le comentamos lo del otro filtro?
Bueno, sí. está la posibilidad de, si está muy sucia, colocar un prefiltro de fibra de vidrio que se colocaría sobre este. Pero yo aconsejo que si la muestra está muy sucia, se hagan lavados adicionales que después los explicaría. ¿Vale?
It's we can put another filter over this filter. It's a pre-filter, okay? But only in the cases that the water is really dirty, okay? Water really dirty. But in general, it is better not to introduce this pre-filter. Only this is better, okay? Only one, the polycarbonate, okay?
Cuando la muestra es muy sucia, se puede hacer filtraciones por tandas y después, durante el análisis, les voy a explicar un método para limpiar esa muestra que al final no llegue suciedad a la reacción final.
You will see that maybe in your customer, in the mining or in the shower tries, in the tries of the, you know, the cooling towers, maybe the water is very dirty. Or we have, for example, in the past, a customer working with nuclear plants, and they collect the water from the river, okay, for the really big cooling towers. Sometimes this dirty water is almost black water. It is better to do filtrations step by step. You filter, take out this polycarbonate filter, you put another one until 3, okay? Exactly, several times. But we will teach you how to avoid to have these dirty impurities in the process. We will take out. We will show you how. Okay.
Abriríamos el embudo.
We open the upper part.
En volúmenes de 100, 200 mililitros.
100, 200 milliliters, we add the sample.
Dependiendo de la muestra, si es muy sucia o no, para hacerla por tandas, y le daremos al... ¿Ok? Posteriormente, cuando acabe...
After this is finished...
Vamos a echar una vez, esto es una demostración.
This is just a sample, a trial, okay, to show you.
Veremos.
Okay, the water in the upper part is finished.
Off. Y prepararíamos 10 mililitros del reactivo L0, que es nuestro reactivo de elución.
This is the elution reagent, okay? It's for doing several cleaning of the steps, okay? We have to prepare this in a flask.
Previamente hemos tenido que sacar, es que me estoy adelantando al proceso con la filtración, pero previamente hemos sacado alícuotas, ¿vale? De cada reactivo. Ahora después lo explicaré de nuevo.
You have let's speak about the pack 40, okay? This is the big packs that you have purchased. You have pack 10 and pack 40, okay? The pack 40 needs to be, well, both packs needs to be in the fridge, okay? Temperaturas
de 2 a 8 grados aproximadamente.
From 2 degrees to 8 degrees in the fridge, okay? Not frozen. This is important. And what I mean is that you have to collect from this big package, and before doing the test, you have to take out from the fridge the quantity that you will need for doing the test, okay? And the other goes again to the fridge. Do you understand? This is done because you need to temper the reagents to have the temperature of the room, okay? Sometimes your temperature is very high, 40 degrees or...
Pues eso, previamente hemos sacado la alícuota, en este caso 10 mililitros, para la elución del filtro, ¿de acuerdo? Eso.
in this case, we have 10 milliliters to do the first elution. And
El reactivo es de cero.
this is L0.
Okay.
What we do now is open the filtration equipment, okay? And we will take the filter, polycarbonate filter, okay?
Y lo cortamos.
And we will cut it in fragments. Generally, if we have Legionella, we don't know. If we have Legionella and other bacteria will be there.
Esto lo esterilizaríamos a la llama, ¿vale? Para que entre muestra y muestra, ¿vale?
Between samples and samples, the equipment needs to be sterilized by fire, for example.
Y el embudo con alcohol.
And the funnel with ethanol, okay? This is just for cleaning your
Entre
equipment.
muestras, ¿vale?
As you know, this is important to avoid contaminations
Entre muestras,
between samples.
¿vale? Y después, posteriormente a la filtración, hay 3 formas de elución.
After the filtration, we begin now with the steps for measuring, okay? There are 3 methods for
Elusión.
elution, okay?
Para quitar la Legionella del filtro.
This is to separate the Legionella from the filter, okay?
Uno es agitación manual durante 2 minutos.
One is manual agitation during
2 minutos.
2 minutes.
¿Vale? Vortex.
Another one is the vortex.
2 minutos también.
Is a vibrator, okay?
O ultrasonidos.
O-
Baño de ultrasonidos.
Or you can put it inside of, do you know the bath of ultrasound, right?
5 minutes. 5
Se lo
minutos.
muestro.
Sí.
This is one. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, there is 3 methods for doing
Los
the
ultrasonidos son 5 minutos.
the ultrasound is 5 minutes, okay?
Pero es lo que aconsejamos porque se pueden hacer varios a la vez.
This is what we used to advise, okay? Because we can do several at a time, several samples.
Importante.
How long in the shaker, Sergio? How long must it be? If you use a shaker,
2 minutos.
Two.
Manual y Vortex, 2 minutos. En ultrasonidos, 5.
Manual and vortex.
2 minutos.
Exactly.
Yes.
Manual and vortex, 2 minutes, and ultrasound 5 minutes. Okay.
Importante. Inmediatamente después de hacer la elución, interesa ponerlo en la cubeta de análisis.
It is very
9 mililitros, porque vamos a analizar de estos 10, vamos a analizar 9 mililitros.
it is very important after doing this elution. Okay, you have to take 9. This is important. Okay, 9 milliliters. Here you have 10 milliliters. You have to collect only 9 milliliters with pipettes. Do you have pipettes?
Inmediatamente después de elución. ¿Vale?
Have you purchased pipettes, or maybe you have there pipettes?
Yes, we have.
Okay, exactly, perfect. You have to collect from these 10 milliliters. You collect only 9 milliliters, and you put it
De cubos.
in the cubit. Okay.
El motivo es para evitar que se vuelva a pegar la Legionella al filtro.
This is to avoid that the Legionella will be again attached to the filter. Okay. Do you understand? This point is very important.
¿Yes? ¿Nos siguen?
Any question?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay. Okay.
No.
¿Todo correcto?
All correct.
Vale. Vamos a comenzar a explicar cada uno de los reactivos. Le explicaré el PAC 40 que ellos tienen allí,
Sí.
cada reactivo, lo que hace y las precauciones que hay que tener.
Let's
¿De acuerdo?
define
Y lo que hace cada uno.
a reagent. Okay, it's really easy. You will see, and we will explain how to use it.
¿Tienen el protocolo delante?
Do you have the protocol in front of you? It's like,
A ver si tengo algún por aquí.
no. Do you have the protocol with you? It's the step by step.
Yes, the menu. Darna tunjukin yang itu.
Yeah,
No lo vamos a seguir. Ok, yes.
something like this.
No lo vamos a seguir porque es mucho más sencillo que tomen nota. Y que
Okay, but please let's do something. Okay, it's very well explained in the manual. Also, all the things that you have to take in mind with the reagents in the first pages. But we prefer, like we do in all the we prefer, like we do in all the trainings, is that you just watch and take notes. And after that, you can follow up the manual, but not now, okay?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Comenzamos con el reactivo L0, que es el que hemos comentado antes, ¿vale?
L0.
L0, que nos va a servir para las filtraciones que vamos a hacer
For the filtrations.
y para el control negativo.
And also for the negative control.
Siempre por tanda tiene que haber un control negativo, por tanda de análisis.
In each time that you do the test, okay, you always need one control, negative control. I don't know if you use other kind of reagents in your company, but sometimes some methods need one negative control and also the samples, sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, you know, but even you can have 19 samples, 19 rooms, for example, of the hospital, and one negative control, okay?
Nos va a servir para medir la absorbancia relativa.
This negative control will be done also with L0 and will be for comparing and understand the absorbance, okay? Compare the absorbance for the medition with the photometer, okay?
Hemos sacado la alícuota, ¿vale? De aquí hemos sacado la alícuota, el volumen necesario para las muestras que vamos a hacer.
As we said, from the pack 40, we have to take aliquots from the main bottles, okay? And put again the bottles in the fridge, okay?
Vale. ¿Qué volumen sacamos del L0? Pues vamos a hacer un control negativo que van a ser 10 mililitros.
We will need to take in the aliquots, in this case, 10 milliliters for the
para el control negativo.
Negative control.
Y vamos a gastar, en este caso, hoy,
in this case, today, we
vamos
will
a
need...
gastar el L0 para inocular las muestras, 3 muestras. Me pasas ahí las muestras y se las enseñaré. Vamos a inocular medio mililitro de 3 muestras positivas.
We will try 3 positive samples, okay?
Medio mililitro, 0,5 mililitros.
And we will need 0.5 milliliters of L0, okay?
Vamos a utilizar, en lugar de vamos a hacer un control negativo y 3 muestras que vamos a utilizar L0, que aquí sabemos que no hay Legionella.
We will need L0, the quantity of 10 milliliters for the control and also for each of the samples, okay?
Esto normalmente no se hace. Tú no haces un control positivo, haces un control negativo, pero como no tenemos muestras naturales positivas, es para que vean 3 niveles de color, 3 niveles de concentración.
Please understand that we don't have positive, natural positive samples, okay? This is why we are using some positive samples, okay? To let you know how this works.
Que en cualquier momento te pueden preguntar lo que quieran, que no hay ningún problema.
No, it's important if you have any question in the process, any of you, please stop us and we will repeat again or answer your questions, okay?
Okay. I prefer to asking the question after all the process, I think.
As you want. As you want, okay.
After you do the training, if there's question, we will ask the question.
Vale, ok. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Vale, pues L0, el L1 es es el reactivo con la partícula magnética, es el anticuerpo de Legionella con la partícula magnética y es el único que tiene que tiene color, ¿vale?
This is the only one reagent that have some color, okay? It's, as you can see, this is important, needs to have a brown color, okay?
Okay.
We have inside the, as I told you, the magnetical particles with antibodies that will connect with the antigens of the Legionella, okay? You have inside magnetic particles with antibodies.
Muy importante.
This is very, very important, okay? It's a key.
Al estar en nevera y estar en estático, precipita.
As you can you see the precipitation or the particles go down, okay?
Es muy importante
It's really-
homogenizar
Really important to
antes de
homogenize.
sacar las alícuotas y antes de utilizarlo.
Do you understand? This is really important, okay? Before you take the samples now, you have to move it to exactly.
Sin generar mucha espuma.
Please avoid to generate the
Espuma o... ¿Cómo es espuma en inglés?
bubbles, okay? Just please allow to try to not to do bubbles,
Foam.
okay?
Foam.
Foam, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Very important antes de sacar las alícuotas.
This is very important before to take the aliquots, okay?
L1. Sacamos la alícuota aquí. Okay.
Here you see the aliquots, okay? Prepared.
Ahora, el siguiente reactivo es el L2. L2.
The next reagent is L2.
El L2 es nuestro buffer de lavado.
This is a buffer, okay? These have a correct pH for doing all the process, and this is for cleaning, the process of cleaning. We will do it several times.
¿No?
And washing, okay? You will see it later.
Durante todo el análisis vamos a hacer 4 lavados.
We will need 4 washings, okay?
Uno detrás del L1
One will be after the L1.
y 3 detrás del L3. Eso es una forma de acordarse, ¿vale?
And 3 washing, okay, after the L3.
Okay.
Okay, 1 after L1 and 3 washing after L3. This is important to memorize.
Se me ha olvidado el volumen que tenemos que sacar del L1, es que se me ha olvidado decirlo, es 1 mililitro por análisis, incluyendo el control negativo. En lugar de 1, pues que saquen 1,1, que tienen suficiente para poder el error de la...
It's important when you take the aliquots of L1, okay, you have to prepare the aliquots. You have to take 1 milliliter, 1.1 if you want, 1.1
por análisis,
for each sample, okay,
incluyendo el control negativo.
including the negative control. I mean, if you do 3 samples, is 3 samples and the negative control, this means that you need 4 milliliters, okay? You can take a bit more of 4 milliliters of L1.
Okay. El siguiente reactivo es el L3.
The third reagent is L3.
Es el único que tiene el Paco, el bote, para protegerlo de la luz.
This,
¿vale?
as you can see, is it's a brown color to protect from the light. Okay.
Es el segundo anticuerpo con la marca.
Ah.
¿Vale? El segundo anticuerpo de Legionella con marca, que será el que nos dará la concentración de Legionella.
As you understand, at the end, we will need to use a photometer. Okay. The photometer will need the photometer will need the photometer will need to read colors. Okay. How we will read colors? We need to put another antigen with a marker. This antigen only anticuerpo, no? Sorry, antibody. This antibody with a marker will only recognize the Legionella. Okay.
Yeah.
It's another process.
Right.
And we will need another reagent to give color to this marker. Okay. Do you understand? Okay.
Después, si quieres, le podemos enseñar
Sí.
en el...
Hay un vídeo. Lo vi.
Hay un, ¿lo vieron? Sí. O la página. Está
Puedo intentar compartir. Pero
está el sándwich, ese. ¿Vale? Pero bueno, no te preocupes. Del L3 hemos sacado la alícuota
we have also the aliquot from the L3, okay, reagent.
y el siguiente reactivo es el L4.
The
Ellos
next-
tendrán 15, una bolsita de 15 L4, ¿vale?
The next reagent is L4, okay. You will have 15 bottles for each 40 pack, okay.
Ellos de aquí tienen que sacar un vial por cada 4 ensayos para temperar. No tienen que sacar alícuotas ahí.
You need only one vial, okay, one vial per each 4 samples and control, okay.
En cada vial hay 5 mililitros, pero de ellos vamos a gastar solo 4.
Inside it's 5 milliliters, but we will only use 4 milliliters.
1 mililitro por muestra.
1 milliliter per sample, okay.
Igual que el L3. El L3 es como el L1. Hemos sacado el mismo volumen, 1 mililitro por ensayo.
Also in L3, we will need, the L3 is the antibody with the marker, okay. We need also 1 milliliter per each sample. And L4 will be the reagent that will react the marker, okay.
Es el
L4 will give a reaction with the marker, and this will give the color.
es el revelador, el que revela. ¿Vale? Y después el último reactivo es el L5, ¿vale?
And finally is the L5, okay. This, as I said, L4 give a reaction with L3 to give a color, okay. But
Yeah.
if you don't stop this reaction, this will become black, okay. Then you have to stop the reaction of coloring. Do you understand? This is done with L5.
Yes.
Ok. Y se utilizan 100 microlitros y no hay que sacar alícuota, se puede tener en...
We only use 100 microliters, and it is not needed to take out aliquots. You can have the L5 outside, okay?
Bueno.
Le digo que también mata toda la
Hola, Sergio.
Yes.
I have one question.
Yeah.
If L5 stops the color reaction, but the color should tell you how much Legionella we have in.
Exactly.
So
the-
the time when we put L5 in has an influence on the color and not only the number of Legionella.
Exactly. This is really, really, really important part of the test, the last step.
Sí.
We will need exact time to put the L5
Lo explicaremos
to
ahora.
to stop the reaction, okay?
Okay.
Well, this
Otherwise,
is
we get wrong results
exactly,
because the color continues to react
exactly,
and the color will be a wrong color, not the
Exactly.
right color.
exactly. This is what happened. Then please be careful with this step, but we will see it later, okay?
Okay.
Bueno, pues ahora vamos a preparar las muestras.
Let's prepare the samples now.
Esto es algo que no tienen que hacer habitualmente. A ver, que le doy la- No tendrán que hacerlo porque... No, para que vean cómo voy a preparar la muestra.
This is something that you usually will not do because you will do maybe the training directly with samples from the customer, okay?
Indicamos nos rotulamos
but-
el control negativo.
In this case, we are we have here the first one is always the control, negative control, okay? The first one here. And in this case, we are going to prepare the samples, positive samples that we are using.
Positivo. En este caso vamos a preparar una muestra, que la idea es que sea la más alta, 3 niveles.
In this case is sample 1, sample 2,
Diré que serán 3 niveles.
and
¿vale?
sample 3. Our idea is to show you 3 different levels of Legionella. Okay, the first one is the highest, the second middle, and the last one is the lowest.
Preparamos el control negativo, que se preparan 9 mililitros
We will prepare first the negative control. Okay,
de L0.
we need 9 milliliters of L0.
Como la pipeta es de 5, tengo que echar 2 de 4,5.
The pipette is 5. Okay, then we have to introduce a 4.5 and 4.5 2 times.
Y para el resto, para las muestras, como voy a añadir 0,5 mililitros, tengo que echarle pues 8,5. 8,5, ¿vale? 2 tandas. También es el L0, que sabemos que no tiene Legionella.
This is L0 also, y son 9 mililitros. ¿No?
No, 8,5, porque le voy a echar medio mililitro de muestra.
In this case, it's milliliters, and we will add 0.5 milliliters of the sample. Okay.
Sí, también sí. Y las puntas. Si no lo entienden esto, que es...
No. As I said, this is something that you, in principle, you will not do. Okay, because this is just to prepare the samples.
Yeah.
But we want to show you. Then you see clearly what we are doing. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, here you will put, for example, room 1 from the mining company. Do you know from the mining company where will they measure the test? From what part of the company? From the cooling towers?
But now, from where they will take the sample from the data? They will take from the river or from the cooling tower?
Okay. Okay, then imagine that they try 3 parts of the river, for example, or then you put one here, another here, another here. Okay, 3 samples. Then with the control and sample 1, sample 3, and sample 4, sample 3, sorry, 1, 2, 3. We will apply L0, L1, and L2, L3, L4 here, here, but also here in the control. We do the same to the control, negative control, okay?
El nivel alto.
This is a highest level of Legionella.
0,5 mililitros.
We introduce only 0.5 to the 8.5 here. Then the total will be 9 milliliters.
Que tengan claro que esto no se hace en análisis.
Sorry to
Aquí añadiríamos los 9 mililitros de la filtración.
I'm sorry to insist, but this is something that you will not do, okay?
Esto no es... ¿eh? Estamos inoculando para que vean color.
This is middle Legionella. It's important to change the tips. Okay, change the tips of the pipette.
Ok, aquí tendríamos, en un análisis normal, tendríamos el control negativo y las muestras filtradas, eluidas y...
Okay, right now we begin, okay, we have the negative control and one sample from the mining, from the river, and one sample from the tray of the cooling tower, and another sample from the other cooling tower, okay? 3 cooling towers. You can have until 19 samples and 1 negative control. In this case, we are only doing 1, okay? I mean 3 samples, not 19.
Yes, only 3.
Homogenizamos el L1 que tenemos la alícuota.
No sé. We have to, to shake a bit the L1.
Y hacemos pipetting y añadimos 1 mililitro a todos los ensayos.
We have to add 1 milliliter to each cuvette. L1 is the magnetic particle with antibodies attached to the magnetic particle, okay?
Sin tocar.
Try not to touch the liquid, okay, of the cuvette.
¿Sí? Y tapamos las cubetas. Este es el único momento en que utilizamos los tapones.
This is only the only one time that you will close the cuvette. Only this time, okay?
Lo ponemos en posición horizontal, en esta posición.
As you can see,
Los tapones hacia adelante, ¿ok?
in horizontal, okay, and here it's the hole.
Y aquí es a 80 RPM durante 15 minutos.
80 RPM during 15 minutes. Okay, we have to wait 15 minutes at 80 RPM. Okay, what is happening now? The L1, the magnetic particles with antibodies, are reacting with the Legionella. If there is Legionella, we don't know.
Capturando la Legionella que lleva.
It's trying to capture the Legionella. Ahí sí que podríamos mencionar.
Sí. ¿Sabes cómo dice lo que... Pantalla, ¿no?
Sí. No, can you see the screen? Share the
Yes,
screen.
you can see very clearly.
Okay, please. You can see here the magnetic particle with the antibody, okay? And we attach the bacteria. This is happening now, okay, in this process. This is the L1. ¿Dónde marca el tiempo? Aquí, ¿no? We have now 13 minutes.
Yes.
Maybe if you have some question, you can do the questions now if you want. But I quickly show you this, for example, as you know, it is very important to have our results quickly. In this case, this is for prevention, okay? The problem sometimes is the companies only will follow the rules of the government. For example, if the government say you have to do a trial only 1 a month, for example, only 1 a month, the companies will do only 1 trial a month, okay? But if you have a hospital or you have sorry, because we have the telephone from the company here. It's a fixed telephone and we cannot stop it. If you have, for example, a hotel or hospital, you need to do prevention. Okay, this is why our method is very good for that. Okay.
¿No tiene ninguna duda?
Do,
¿Nada?
do you have some doubt now
¿Alguna cuestión?
or some question?
Sir, how long is the agitation?
11 minutes.
Because it's starting our praying time now, we can have a break. Or... I mean, the process of the agitation for these instruments moving is for how long?
In this case, the agitation it's 15 minutes. 15, 5 minutes. Okay, 15.
En total, el análisis es aproximadamente una hora.
In general, the analysis will cost 1 hour time. Okay, will take 1 hour time. I want to show
But you see, Sergio, they need a 15 minutes praying time.
They need 15 minutes now for doing the first
For praying.
for capture the Legionella. Okay?
No, Purnamala needs a 15 minutes break for praying,
And we come back.
and they come back. Sergio,
Oh,
Yes.
okay, sir. Okay,
did you
sorry.
get it?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. It's okay? Like the other
Yeah.
day I informed you, we have a break 15 minutes. Okay, our team, we can come back and 15 minutes out.
Okay, now the break could be 10 minutes.
Yes,
Okay, 10 minutes, okay?
yes. Okay,
Para parar
we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Vale. Menos de 10 minutos tendría que ser. Deja de compartir. Sí. No.
Hello, no.
Hello. Kalian
Hello,
Hello.
hello. No. Can you listen me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ini gimana rasanya udah turun tadi?
Yes. No. It's important to follow up, follow strictly the time. Okay, the timing. For example, now it's 2 minutes more. I mean, we have to try to do it.
Pero en este
But
caso
in
no
this
pasa nada.
case, this is just a demo. Don't worry. But with the customer, you have to follow the times. Okay.
Copy that, sir.
Are you already all there or? Okay.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Then we
Stop.
then we stop. Okay.
Y colocamos en posición vertical las cubetas.
We change the position to vertical, and in this case, we take out the tabs. Okay.
Y desechamos.
Be careful when you take out the tabs to avoid the contamination. Okay. You have to throw to the bin the tabs.
Y después de del concentrar la partícula, a ver cómo lo hago para que se vea.
After these 15 minutes, okay, you take out the lids, okay, the tabs, the lids, and you put it inside the other case. This is also important, okay? See,
En contacto con el imán. A ver, que se vea. Aquí. ¿Sí? Ahora estamos, la legionela que hemos capturado, junto con las partículas magnéticas, las estamos reteniendo con el imán. Y ahora enseguida verán la partícula retenida.
just to summarize, okay, we have here L0 with L1. After 15 minutes, the reaction of magnetic particles with antibodies have attached the Legionella, okay? But now, here we have powerful magnets. You will see it later. It's a circle magnet. Can you see this?
Es importante que siempre que en todo se vea. ¿Vale?
Can you see these small moons? We say the moon. It's the particles. It's a brown color because
Estos son 5 minutos de retención, que no lo he dicho.
it's important to put here 5 minutes, okay, to retention. This means that we are with the magnets. We are collecting the magnetic particles, okay. In the magnetic particles, we will have, if there is, Legionella.
Después de cada... siempre trabajamos en el agitador, ¿vale? Siempre vamos a trabajar en el agitador. En el tapete, vamos en la bancada vamos a gastarlo solo para las retenciones. Siempre después de una captura o un lavado hay una retención.
We always work with the orbital, okay, with the orbital shaker, but after the reaction in the orbital process, we go to the table, okay, for doing these steps of retention of the magnetic particles with the magnet, okay.
Todas las retenciones van a ser de 3 minutos, salvo esta y la última, que son de 5.
All the retentions of the magnetic particle with the magnet will be 3 minutes. 3 minutes here in the table, okay? But this is the only one that is 5 minutes.
Y la última.
And also, sorry, not the only one, and the last one, okay? This and the last one is 5 minutes.
Esta porque tenemos 10 mililitros en total.
This is, we need 5 minutes because in this case we have 10 milliliters, total 10 milliliters, okay? This is why we need more time to retain the particles with the magnet.
Y la última será porque lo que queremos es quedarnos con, quitar toda la partícula que haya y quedarnos con el color.
In the last step, we will need also, you will see later, 5 minutes because what we will want is to take all the magnetic particles and only take the color to identify the quantity of Legionella, okay?
Sí, ahora me pongo yo. Ahí. Siempre se tiene que ver en todas las retenciones. Es importante.
Can you see, this is the inside of the cuvette, okay?
Okay.
Here is the magnet, and this is the magnetic particles retained with the magnet and the possible Legionella, okay?
Possible, no quiere decir que haya. Siempre tiene, en todos, incluyendo el control negativo, tiene que haber partículas.
It's possible Legionella. It's very important that all the cuvettes needs to have this, okay? If there is some cuvette that you don't have this, the test is going wrong. You need to have the retention of particles, okay? It's in this case, we are doing this part.
El imán, la partícula y la legionela.
L1 with Legionella
Sí, hay.
and the magnet. And we are doing this process 5 minutes here. Okay.
Pon la pantalla, la otra. 1 minute y...
It's 1 minute left. Okay.
Ahora lo que haremos será volcar, cogerlo todo. Es importante cogerlo todo.
This step is really, really important too. Okay?
Y volcarlo por el lado contrario del imán.
We have to throw to the tray the in the opposite side of the magnet.
Ahora verán, sin miedo. Pero con todo, no desmontarlo. Que ese es un error que se comete habitualmente.
Sometimes some customers, the mistake is that they take this from the support, okay? You don't need to take out now from the support.
Paramos, ¿ya?
Okay, and now look this is important, okay? Okay, in this part.
Nos quedamos con, lo desmontamos otra vez y nos quedamos.
Can you see the small magnetic particles here? Here. Okay. These are magnetic particles with maybe Legionella.
Y ahora, después del L1, como he comentado antes, un lavado con el L2.
Now we have to do the first wash. Okay, this is
Detrás del L1,
wash.
un lavado
After L1,
de 4,5 mililitros en cada
you
saco.
need 4 milliliters, 4.5 milliliter in each cuvette. Okay.
Del L2, ¿eh?
Of-
Del L2.
L2, this is the reagent for doing the washes. Okay. It's L2.
A 350 RPM durante 10 segundos.
We need
Aproximadamente.
350 RPM durante
10 segundos.
during 10 seconds. Okay.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Estos tiempos no son muy importantes, ¿vale? Puede ser 15, 20. Lo importante es que se haga el lavado.
Okay, you can see that there is doing a shaking during 10, 15, 20 seconds. It's the same. Yes. Wash, the first wash, okay. You have to again retain. Lo podemos, ¿cómo se llama?
Es complicado con la mano. 3 minutes.
Now is 3 minutes to retain again the particles, okay.
¿Qué hemos hecho hasta ahora? Hemos capturado la Legionella. ¿Qué hemos hecho hasta ahora?
As you can see, what we have done until now is to add L1 with the sample, maybe with Legionella, okay? This L1 is attached to the Legionella. We have retained with the magnet. We have washed the first wash. Then what we have
Hemos
done now,
hemos limpiado la Legionella de todo lo que lleve que no sea Legionella.
no. Do you understand? And the team, please. Do you understand that now we only collect the Legionella and all other bacteria or interference are thrown to the cuvette, to the tray, okay?
Yes, I understand.
We will not have interference bacteria like there is in culture.
Además que nosotros somos
Yeah,
muy
because it is enzymatic substrates that's very specific. So only the Legionella that will be reacted with the substrate to create the color, right?
Exactly,
y
perfect.
además somos específicos de Legionella porque el anticuerpo es de Legionella.
As
No
you-
podemos capturar otra
As you
cosa.
said, our antibody is really specific of Legionella, okay? We will not catch another bacteria.
Como habíamos dicho antes, las muestras muy sucias, en el proceso de limpiado, en el siguiente lavado, le diremos cómo tienen que hacerlo.
For
Para muestras
example,
muy sucias.
in your customer, if you are using river water from
Yeah.
river, maybe will be
Yeah.
very dirty, okay? In the next process, we will show you how to not to have the problem with the black water, okay?
Yes.
But in this case, for example, you know, in the river, there are so many bacteria, fungi and other bacteria. And in this case, you will collect only the Legionella. Also, as I told you,
Sí.
also, as I told you, maybe the bacteria is almost dead or even broken. In this case, maybe in this first step, we have collected, but in the second, third, and fourth step, the bacteria that is dead will be thrown to the tray. Okay?
Pon el vídeo. Tenemos partícula. Ahí,
You can see the particle attached to the again. Okay?
a ver si se ve. Es complicado.
Can you see it?
En todo se tiene que ver, ¿vale?
It's important to see these particles in all the cuvettes, okay?
Vale, y por el lado contrario del imán,
Important again to do it in the opposite side, okay? To throw the rest of the. Can you see?
sí, bueno. ver.
Ahí.
Sí. Ahora, hemos lavado ya y ahora lo que vamos a hacer es la legionela que hemos capturado, marcarla con un segundo anticuerpo con la marca. 1 mililitro en cada del L3.
This is now the process of we need to mark to do to add the antibody with the mark. Okay, we need to mark the each group of Legionella. Okay, in this case we are doing with L3. Y la cantidad era
1 mililitro.
1 milliliter in each cuvette. Okay.
Agitamos 10 segunditos a velocidad alta.
10 seconds or 20 seconds.
Y 10 minutos. Vamos a 80 RPM. A velocidad alta para recoger lo que hay en el vidrio. Y después bajamos 80. 10 minutos.
Now is 80 RPM, 10 minutes. We need 10 minutes for the reaction of the antibody with the color. See again the I'm sharing again, okay? We are now in this step, okay? L3, it's the antibody with the label. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, in this inside, we have L1 with the bacteria and L3 with the marker. We have all of these inside the reaction. Right now, we are doing this reaction, okay?
Es un marcado, no es una
marcado. We are marking because we need to give later color to take only the bacteria of Legionella, okay?
Como, Sergio, como hemos hecho detrás del L1 un lavado, ahora vamos a hacer detrás del L3 3 lavados consecutivos.
We need to do 3 washed after L3. After this process, we need to do 3 washed.
¿Por qué? Ahora vamos a decir por qué. Porque la marca la hemos echado en exceso. ¿Vale? Tenemos que lavar todo ese exceso de marca que no es la que se pegue a la legionela. Por eso 3 lavados consecutivos.
Nunung, please understand that when we add the second antibody with the mark, some of these antibodies will be attached, but other antibodies will be just floating in the water, okay? This is why we need to do 3 washing to take out these antibodies that are not attached to the bacteria. Why? Because later when we will give color, okay, with L4, we'll have wrong results, okay? This is why we need to do 3 washes to take out the antibodies with the label that are not attached to the bacteria. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, what happens if we're not, you say it is washing for 3 times? What happens if we only washing for only 2 times?
Yeah.
Or we do overwash like 4 times? What happened to the result?
Yeah, and no, this is something that this is something that could happen with some of your customers. You know, they call and they say, "Yeah, this is not working." You need to be sure that you follow the protocol. It's really important to follow the steps. You need to do 3 washed because here we have done this, I don't know, thousands of times, and the very important, AOAC certification, certificates that we need, in this case, 3 washed.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, this is the method. This is something that we cannot avoid. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
It's like if you say you have to mix 1 milliliter with, I don't know, 8 milliliters. You have to mix 1 milliliter with 8 milliliters. You cannot add 2 milliliters with 10 milliliters. I mean, in these reactions and these chemical bacteriological reactions, you need to follow really strictly the steps and the procedure. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Nunu, we have 5 minutes, and I want to ask you, do you, what is the, I mean, you have in this case a customer from mining sector, from the mining sector, okay? Do you have access to other kind of customers? I would like to speak 5 minutes with you about the commercial steps to help you and to make you understand, if you understand where you will try to sell these equipment. Do you have customers, for example, from hotels or hospitals or?
The customer is mining company, so the sample is cooling water and clean water in the tank.
Cooling water, okay. And water treatment also, because I mean, you can go to manufacturers that are using cooling towers to sell them the test. Yeah, to sell them the test for, because you know the problem with the cooling towers, this, you know, this is a really big ventilator, and the Legionella is spread by air in a really small drops of water. Okay.
Okay.
Les voy a explicar que se forma un pellet en la agitación cuando eso es normal, que no lo vean como algo normal. Cuando hay Legionella suele pasar eso que pasa, ¿ves? Que en el control negativo no se forma y en nosotros sí, eso es normal, ¿vale?
We are going to give you, this is a, how to say, a trick, okay? That it is done by the experience. Can you see a small point?
What?
Point? It's like a small point inside. Pero también sale en el control.
En el control negativo no sale tanto. ¿No? ¿Ves? ¿Ves ahí que no?
Sí. You can see that this means, this is just.
Lo paro para que lo vean.
This is. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
¿Sí?
Okay, this means
eso
that
es normal que suceda, ¿no?
that maybe we have Legionella inside. In this moment, you can more or less say that we have Legionella. Okay.
Enggak kan kita beli Legionella yang pakai kontrol.
¿Tienen alguna duda? Tenemos ahí 2 minutitos todavía.
Do you have some doubt until now for this general process?
No doubting for the process, but how if we have the positive of the Salmonella standard, but it is already expired? Can we use that?
You mean the Legionella test?
But
If they are expired.
Can we use that?
Si pueden utilizarlo cuando ha caducado.
No.
As you know, this is, please understand, for example, L1 and L3 use antibodies. These antibodies are attached to the magnetic particles, okay? These have a shelf life.
Yes.
We cannot avoid the shelf life.
Es importante.
If we have fever, how about it?
what I mean is really important, the shelf life. We cannot do anything about that.
Y es muy importante mantenerlos en refrigeración y no tenerlos mucho
Yeah.
tiempo
Yeah.
fuera de la
I-
nevera.
and because you have a very high temperatures there, I know it because I was there. It's really
Yeah.
important to have it in the fridge. Okay, I mean you
Yes.
have to take
Sobre todo los
care
cambios.
of the. You have to take care of the reagents. For example,
Yeah.
I remember when I was there in Indonesia, we had some kind of small. ¿Tienes alguna neverita de esas de cartón aquí? A small, a small pack
Yes,
with
yes.
cold ice, and if you go to your customer, you go with this cold
The-
fridge.
Yeah. Zapna, we can show our box. I think we already have it. We already have.
This is
Yeah.
very important not to break the temperature. Okay, you cannot expose the reagents to high temperatures, low, high, low. You
Por
know,
eso sacar las
this
alimentos
is-
y guardar.
this is why we tell to you to take a liquid. This is small one from the main bottles.
Fatoni, you can show to the screen that one maybe you meant Yusuf. Yeah, you can
Vale.
show it is that you mean cool
Ah.
box transportation.
You know,
Sí.
yeah. This is perfect with cold ice, dry
Yes.
ice. Yeah.
Paramos
Okay.
Please stop it.
y retenemos como siempre 3 minutos.
And remember that we retain 3 minutes. Okay,
Okay. 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Doing the
Siempre son 3
retention.
minutos menos el primero y el último, 5.
Always is 3 minutes less the first one. It's 5, and the last one is 5. Okay. What we are doing now is we have a magnetic particle with antibody, bacteria. We have the second antibody, labels, and all of these are retained with the magnet. Okay, we are doing this now, but we have to do several washes, okay, to take out the second antibody and the label that have not been attached to the bacteria, okay?
Yeah.
As I already said.
Con la pantalla. Siempre, y ahora ahí se ve la partícula, a ver.
Can you see the particle?
Yes.
¿Sí? ¿Ves? Ahora, como solo tenemos 1 mililitro, por eso tiene esta inclinación, por eso tiene la inclinación la plataforma, la base, ¿de acuerdo?
Miguel is explaining why the support have this.
Inclination, o
Yeah, because it's we only have 1 milliliter in the cuvette, okay?
Por eso la inclinación, porque si no, no tocaría el imán.
This is because we need to touch the reagents with the magnet, okay?
Magnet.
Sí, sí.
Está en marcha, ¿no? Se ve bonito. Ya.
Pero,
Ah.
bueno, y ahora volveremos a volcar por el lado contrario del imán. Siempre son procesos muy repetitivos.
No. I want to tell you that we were speaking, Helmut and Miguel, etc. We are totally open to help you when
Yes.
you want to do, for example, other day a trial by yourself, some of your stuff.
Yes.
We are totally open to connect to you and guide every step or see you and help you to avoid mistakes. Okay.
Okay. Gracias.
De nada.
Okay. 7 seconds.
Paramos y, como siempre, por el lado contrario del imán,
For the opposite side, we have to throw this 1 milliliter of each cubed, and we have again.
y volvemos a la plataforma.
Can you
¿Vale?
see the moons? Okay.
Y ahora, primero de los 3 lavados.
This is the first of the 3 washes that we have to do. Okay.
4,5 mililitros. ¿De
This
acuerdo?
is 4.5 milliliters of L2. 4.5. Okay.
A 350 RPM.
350 RPM during
10 segundos.
during 10 seconds.
Es muy repetitivo.
The process is very similar all the time, you know. It's not difficult, but for sure you have to practice.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
Y retenemos.
Okay, now we again retain the particles
3 minutes.
3 minutes. No, sometimes
Importante.
the customers say,
Marcarse una rayita para saber que estamos por el primer lavado.
yeah, it's important to, in some paper or even the gloves, mark that you are doing the first wash, later the second, and later the third. Okay, it's important to follow this. I want to tell you, well, this is important to avoid and follow step by step the protocol. Okay.
Después de los 3 lavados, iremos a la reacción final, ¿vale? Y ese es el momento más importante y el que tienen que tener más precaución.
After the 3 washes that we are doing now, we will add the L4. You know, this will be here.
This one, yes. Open the vial.
After the 3 washes, we will be in this moment. Okay, we will add the L4 to make color in the label. We will obtain color. Okay.
Yeah.
Es importante, ahí le voy a decir el proceso que tienen que seguir, porque es una plataforma entera y hay que seguir los pasos bien para que les dé tiempo, porque son 2 minutos de recta.
These last steps are really important also because we will have the results. Okay, some customers can tell you that, oh, this is very long because it's 1 hour, you know.
Yeah.
This takes time, 1 hour, but please, you have to tell them that if not, they have to wait 15 days.
15 days.
15 days with culture, with other methods.
Yes.
If you bring the samples to the laboratory, you will need at least 15 days, okay?
10 days. 1 hour compared to 15 days. Cannot be compared.
I mean, because, you know, the customers always put the leg and they say, this is very good, but
They want
you have
like
to,
and then one result, right?
yeah, exactly. And there are other methods that you can, it's like, you know, this kind of pregnancy test, a small one. You can use this kind of test, but there are so many, how to say, it's not accurate as this method. It is not quantitative, you know, it's totally different.
Igual, por el lado contrario del animal y siempre la partícula.
It is important always see the particle, okay?
Siempre.
If you lose the particle, you have to stop because you will not have good results.
Y vamos con el segundo lavado.
This is the
Detrás del L3.
second wash.
Le echaremos a la partícula sin tocar.
We need not to touch the cuvettes, okay, with the tips.
10 segundos,
10 seconds,
350.
250.
Pone 250, pero que yo tengo 350. Los tiempos no son muy importantes. El de la reacción sí que es más importante. Y retenemos de nuevo.
Okay, and we retain again.
Y nos marcamos segundo lavado.
Nunung, I don't know if Andreas or Helmut told you, but this is a manual, more or less manual detection of Legionella, but we have also some equipment that can be installed in the, for example, cooling tower, and they do the test automatically, okay? It's like a machine or equipment, but this is more expensive for sure. It's an equipment that always is doing tests in the machines, in the cooling towers, okay? It's like more or less like a continuous process. It's not continuous because you need to do for example, each day or each 2 days or each week, but it's automatical, okay? Podemos hablar del pack 10, por ejemplo. ¿Tienes algunas cubetas del pack 10 para decírselas?
Sí, pero ellos han comprado 3 de 40.
Y uno de 10, ¿no?
Sí.
Sí. Nunung, you have 3 packs of 40, right? And 1 pack of 10.
Yes, 1 part of 10, 3 part of 40.
Okay, the pack of 10, it's slightly different. I mean, the pack of 10, it's more manual. You don't need the orbital shaker. It's a monodosage.
Oh, I see.
Okay. And you have here the L0 with you put it. I mean, it's different because you don't use the orbital. This is to sell to, I don't know, maybe some hotel wants to do only 1 sample each month. Then you can sell the pack 10 with the Prime Lab 2. Okay. Please see the difference between you can see 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the protocol, the manual is different because they say you have to put the L1 until line 1. You have to put L2 until the line 2. You know, it's something like that. But the process is the same. All the process of wash put L1, put L3, L4. The process is exactly the same. Okay, we have retained the particles. We throw again you can see the particles are still there.
Vamos a por el tercer y último lavado.
This is the third and the last wash. 4.5 L2 in each cuvette. It's 10 seconds, 350 RPM.
Tenemos 3 minutos.
We retain 10 minutes.
Tres.
Ah,
Tres minutos.
We retain 3 minutes.
Ahora el siguiente paso volcaremos, quitaremos eso de delante y empezaremos el proceso de la reacción de colorimétrica, la reacción, que es la más importante.
After this step, okay, we are going to put L4 to
El sustrato, la S del sustrato para reaccionar.
is the substrate, L4 to react the coloring, okay? This moment is really important. Son 2 minutos.
2 minutos de reacción.
Because we will need only really exact 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we have to add L5 to stop the reaction.
Dile que no, voy a explicar el procedimiento exacto para que no tengan ningún problema independientemente del número de muestras que tengan.
Miguel will show you exactly how to proceed with not only 3 samples, but 19. You have to proceed for doing these 2 minutes, and you have to proceed one by one, okay? He will tell you later.
Analisa 19.
Ini aja nggak 19.
Sekali jalan 1 bulan.
Oh iya.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Después haremos un repaso de todo el procedimiento si quieren y todas las dudas que tengan.
Harus ini
Es importante que se aclaren las dudas.
ya, waktu toleransinya. Betul. Tangannya gemeter gitu.
Later, we will do a summary of the process, and we will answer of the questions, okay? All the questions you have. At the end of the reaction, we will test with the Prime Lab, okay? Prime Lab 2.1, exactly. And you will see that there are several methods in the Prime Lab, but it's better just to do directly the test to know the quantity of Legionella. You will see later. Okay, you need to throw it, okay? Remember to do it in the opposite side. Again, you have here the particles, okay? And now begins the important point, okay, in the test.
A ver, lo primero que tenemos que hacer es prepararnos todo lo que vamos a necesitar.
First of all, we need to prepare all materials that we are going to use.
Un momento.
This.
Prepararemos un L4 por cada 4 ensayos.
This is the L4, okay? Remember that we need 1 bottle of L4 per 4 samples, okay? Samples on control negative.
Sí, incluyendo control negativo, ¿vale? 1, un vial.
1 vial.
Y prepararemos
We need the pipette
una punta de 1 mililitro.
with 1 milliliter, okay?
Okay. Y una de 100 microlitros.
And we have also one of 100 microliters. It's really small, okay?
Okay.
This is for L5 and also
Ahora, sí, y el L5.
and the L5 reactor, okay?
Ahora nos va a dar tiempo de sobra porque, a ver que lo ponga esto bien.
We have time now because there is only 3 samples.
Sí, pero tenemos que pensar que esto, por ejemplo, pues serían los 19.
But imagine that we have for here. In total is 19 plus the control negative, and we only have 2 minutes, okay, to stop
Ok.
the reaction.
Hasta ahora hemos hecho la acción y hemos puesto el crono. Ahora es al revés. Pondremos el crono en marcha y haremos la acción.
Okay, now we have to put the time first and do the action of at the L4 and, you know?
Hasta ahora hemos hecho, primero, hemos puesto el crono, hemos hecho la acción y hemos puesto el crono. Pero ahora, primero pondremos el tiempo y después haremos la acción.
I mean, as you can see, the time is very important now. Until now, we have done something, okay? And we have put the time, for example, retain and put the time, or wash and put the time. In this case, it's opposite. We put the time and do the action, okay? Because it's really important to do it only in 2 minutes, okay?
Entonces, preparamos todos los viales, en este caso, uno, ¿vale?
This is L4.
Para abrirlo, con los guantes, levantamos la pestañita. Realmente son dos reactivos, uno sólido y otro líquido.
We have 2 reagents here, okay? We have liquid and here powder, but we say only L4, okay? We have to press. And now the powder is mixed with the liquid reagent, okay? You have to shake it.
Bien, agitado. Incluso si tienen un ultrasonidos, un golpe de ultrasonidos en un segundito o 2 segunditos.
Even in the laboratory, they have a orbital, ultrasound or vortex. Okay, you can. Ultrasonic bath, you can use it.
Okay. Y lo dejamos preparado, lo abrimos y lo dejamos preparado, ¿vale?
Now we open it and it is prepared, okay?
Porque todo esto no lo podríamos hacer en los 2 minutos de la reacción.
We need, very important, we need to prepare all the materials before to put the 2 minutes, okay?
¿Vale?
Okay.
Ponemos los 2 minutos.
We prepare the 2 minutes.
¿Vale? 2 minutos.
2 minutes.
Y empezaremos, y siempre en el mismo orden. En el mismo orden que comenzamos la reacción, vamos a parar la reacción cuando suene el crono. ¿Vale?
This is important. We will put, for example, L4, 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 and after that, after 2 minutes, L5, 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 2 in the same order, okay?
¿Sí? Entonces, no se ve el crono aquí. Entonces, a ver, ¿qué sería? Apretamos el crono y comenzamos la reacción.
Okay.
Cuando suene el crono, que acaba los 2 minutos, paramos el crono, paramos el agitador y paramos la reacción.
Okay.
Okay.
We will do the
1 mililitro en
the
cada.
following thing. 1 milliliter.
Y es muy importante que el sustrato le caiga a la partícula.
The L4, it's important that goes directly to the particles, okay?
Que es donde está la Legionella y la marca.
You have there the label and the Legionella.
Haremos una agitación de unos 10 segundos a 350 y bajaremos a 80.
Lo hacemos y me describes, ¿vale?
Sí.
Pones
Entonces, pongo el crono.
2 minutes.
Start
the chronometer. 1 milliliter.
Ahora hay tiempo de sobra.
Over the particle with the label, okay? And now shake it. ¿Cuántos segundos?
10 segunditos.
10 seconds. Shake it during 350 RPM.
Bajamos el crono, 80.
Now the decreased
to, sigue en 2 minutos, sigue contando los 2 minutos.
Now it's decreased to 80 RPM. Okay, all of this is in the protocol. Okay.
Preparamos ya la pipeta de 100 microlitros.
We have the pipette with 100 microliters, and we will have to use it after the 2 minutes to stop the reaction. Okay.
Cuando el crono pare en 2 minutos, pararemos el crono, pararemos la agitación y pararemos la reacción en el mismo orden.
When the time is over, we stop the chronometer, we stop the shaker, the orbital shaker, and we stop the reaction with L5, okay?
Si tuviésemos todos, igual esto que hemos hecho rápido tardaríamos más. Por eso el tiempo de esta manera.
It's important to do it like this because if we have 19 samples, we have to follow one by one and follow this process, okay? Don't be scared. It's not difficult, but needs to be trained, okay?
En orden. Lo importante es el orden. 12, ya va a sonar el crono en 10 segundos.
10 seconds.
Paramos
Okay,
el crono,
we stop
paramos la agitación
the
y
orbital,
paramos la
we stop
reacción
the
en el
chrono.
mismo orden. Al líquido. Ahora hay que echárselo al líquido.
We have to throw it to the liquid,
100
okay?
microlitros.
100 microliters. Now we are stopping the reaction
Ya está la reacción.
of the color, okay?
Agitamos un momento y ya se ve claramente el color.
Can you see more or less the colors? This means that we have Legionella, okay?
Y ahora tenemos 5 minutos.
Now we have, remember, this is the last process. We have to retain 5 minutes to take out the particles.
Porque queremos eliminar todas las partículas para poder medir sin que interfieran.
Because we don't want interference. This is why we take out the magnetic particles, okay? Okay, now we take the prime lab. We have to go to the test, okay, and parameters, sorry. We have to go to the parameters and select Legionella, okay? Es el 144, ¿no? Me parece.
170.
Sudah ada mapper.
147.
The parameter, 147 is the parameter, okay? Also it's important. Can you see? Do you see? This is square. It's a square, okay? Because this is for special cuvettes. Is this one square? And we have to change the adapter. This is semi-micro cuvettes.
Porque tenemos solo 1 mililitro.
Because we have only 1
Y
milliliter.
se estrecha, y por eso para que alcance el nivel del haz de luz. La posición es en este lado, no en este. ¿Ok? La posición del haz de luz.
It's also important here, okay? You see, this is not the right position. You have to put it like this.
Pero el prime lab solo admite una posición, creo.
But the prime, I think, yeah.
Solo admite una posición.
The prime lab has the adapter only admits this position, okay? Then don't worry, you cannot put it in this way. You can only put it in that way.
Bueno, y ahí veremos los... Y ahora les explicaremos cómo tenemos que sacar el juego, ¿vale?
You can see that we can test from 60 CFU to 1 million CFU. CFU, it's the same units of measurement of the common culture method. Okay.
Son UFPs equivalentes.
This colony
CFU.
founding units.
Exactly. Colony. You are not counting only one bacteria. You are counting a colony of bacteria. Okay, of Legionella. This is a unit form of colonies.
Ellos no hacen ningún tipo de Legionella ahora.
Ahora pregunto. In this case, what we obtain here is the CFU equivalent. You know, it's equivalent because it's not culture, it's equivalent. Equivalent. Are you doing some kind of Legionella test at the moment in your country, in your company? I mean, are you doing culture or?
This is the first time we are dealing with Legionella.
This is the first time. Okay, you can go also to all the laboratories around Indonesia or all your country, because the laboratories used to do the culture, but sometimes they need quickly results, and this is why you can sell to them the Prime Lab 2.0, and then they will be able to test more than 140 parameters. Okay, and as you know, this can be connected to the internet, cloud service. Well, it's so many. You can do also the this is important for the laboratories. You can calibrate directly online with our company. You don't need to send the equipment to to calibrator companies. You can do it online with us.
Bueno, faltan...
Okay, 1 second.
Ya está. Y ahora vemos, a ver, los 3 niveles que comentábamos. A ver si se ve bien.
You can see now the 3 levels. This is the control.
Sí.
This is the level 1, level 2, and level
3 niveles,
3.
ok.
3 levels.
Y medimos. ¿Quieres que medimos? ¿Quieres que mida, no?
Sí. And now we are doing the measurement by
¿Cómo se tiene
Prime
que,
Lab,
cómo
okay?
se tiene que retirar? ¿Vale? El sobredelante, el color. ¿Vale?
Now we have
¿Ubicas? ¿Ahí?
separado. Now we have the here the
Ubicamos.
semi-micro, okay? We need 1 milliliter.
Buscamos hacia nosotros.
It's better to put it in that way because the magnetic particles are attached to this part of the cuvette, okay? With different tips, this is important. Different tips of the pipette. You have to change it, okay?
Bien. Bien.
You can see the
Control negative.
control
3
1,
levels.
2, 3, okay?
Y medimos, por
Okay,
ejemplo.
now let's see if you can show it. We put
La tapa.
eh,
La tapa.
has puesto el control, ¿no?
Ah, no, espera, vamos a ver. Es. Primero el control negativo.
First, very important, we have to put the negative control.
No,
Okay?
nos lo pedirá ahora, ¿sabes?
Start measurement.
¿Y la tapa no necesitas?
Yeah, it's
Ah, it's there. No
Okay.
hemos visto.
okay. You can skip all the process, step 1, step 2,
Pero
and you mark the 0. We are doing the 0, okay? Así le irá bien porque está.
yo, a ver, si mediremos así. Sí. Y ahora nos pide el otro, ¿no? El
Lo aguanto
nivel.
yo, ¿no?
Sí. Es un poco complicado.
Ponlo en la mesa y acercamos
Sí,
la.
la cámara. ¿Vale? Y medimos.
Okay, now we test. Okay.
Test.
Okay.
57.000 células.
The result is 57. I don't know if you can see it. 57,195 CFU.
¿Sí?
57,000. This is 57, 10 to 3, okay? I mean, it's 57, 10 to 3, this is quite a lot. 5.7, 10 to 4, it's quite a lot, okay?
10 a la 4.
10 to 4 CFU.
Toque el test para realizar la medición. Start measurement. Rápido el 0 otra vez. A ver. Así.
Utilizar entre.
Yes.
In this case, they are asking if you want to put another 0, okay, another control, negative control, or the same that you have storage, okay? We will need the same.
Yes, no?
Yes. Do you understand this? We are reusing the 0 that we have done before. Okay?
Test.
We do the test of the second sample.
Este igual será muy parecido.
Will be very similar. I don't know.
29,000.
Can you see it? It's 49,000.
Sí, similar. Sí. Y ahora es muy similar. Y ahora,
This is the third sample, okay?
okay. Start measurement.
It
Yes.
says again, if we want to reuse the 0 done by the negative control,
Test. Y este es muy
we do
bajito.
the test of the last sample, okay? This is 2,400, okay? 2,400. This is 10 to 3.
Okay. Ya está.
Well, this is all the process. And
Siéntate ahí si quieres y te enfoco y nos sentamos ahí para las preguntas.
bueno,
Para las preguntas. Sí, sí.
Okay, this is all the process. As you know, PrimeLab can storage all the results in the cloud. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, we have a customer. Indeed, it's Carnival Cruisers. Carnival Cruisers, they have ships, cruisers, and they do test. They have one PrimeLab in 1 or 3, I don't know exactly, but they have several PrimeLabs in all the ship, and they do the Legionella testing, and each ship is connected to each PrimeLab is connected to the cloud, and they can control the Legionella that is, and all the tests that is done in all the ships around the world. It's amazing. I mean, you can sell this to the government also. I mean, you can sell to them that the government could control all the facilities that needs to have tests of Legionella in a cloud that the government will control, the government or a company, okay?
Got it.
This is, I am a technical sales. This is why I go to the sales too, okay, to help you to understand where to sell, okay? Please, you can proceed with the questions, and Miguel and me will be totally open, or Helmut, if you have some question for Helmut for the sales point of view. You can proceed with the questions.
Yes, I will help you to translate.
Pon el volumen alto si quieres ahí. Dale más al volumen, pues sí.
This equation from Daphne, or using my.
Hello, I'm Daphne from Penalab. Hi. There is a question, and I will speak in Indonesia, and Mrs. Nunung will be translate you.
Okay.
Customer ini merupakan pertama kali pengujian Legionella. Jadi apakah memang harus ada?
I will translate. The question is, this company is by the test of Legionella. It is the first time buying test for Legionella. Can you hear me?
I cannot understand. This is the first time that you do the Legionella, okay?
Apakah harus ada validasi metode atau pengujian berulang kali agar hasil yang didapatkan itu sesuai dengan metode yang digunakan?
Is our best suggestion. Do they have to have the validation, or they have to have how many samples, how many locations? Because they have 4 places. Now you can continue. I will try to translate.
Nunung, can you please repeat? Because you have changed the microphone and now I can hear you better.
Okay. Okay, I try to translate from the first. It is the first time we are selling Legionella. Japna question is, what is our best suggestion for them for this very first time?
What is our best suggestion from us to
how many samples, and because it is the first time, I mean, for the
okay. Do you mean, for example, how many samples do you have to collect? How many samples do you have to do in a hotel, hospital, or try of the cooling tower? Do you mean that?
First time, or in every tower, that cooling tower that they have.
Yeah, well, please understand that this in one side depends on the country that you work. I mean, the legislation, for example, in Spain or Germany or France, sometimes is 1 liter, but the time that you have to do this sampling, maybe in Spain is one a month, 1 sample a month. It depends the country. If you are following the legislation of Indonesia or American,
habitual es 1 litro.
Usually is 1 liter. Ya, pero ¿cada cuánto? Y eso depende
¿Cada cuánto?
cada cuánto tiempo, depende de la
legislación que obliguen.
I am speaking with.
O depende también de la
Yeah.
Si es por precaución, por.
Yeah. Please understand this. The legislation of your country maybe say that in a try of a cooling tower, you have to do a test of Legionella 1 time a month, for example, okay? In this case, this is what the law, the government is saying. But in this case, you could advise to your customer that this 1 time could be done also with our method, but for prevention, just to have prevention and avoid problems with the government. You can in a month or in a week. It depends. In the hospital, could be done 1 test each week for each room, for example. The tap water of the room of the hospital. It depends. You will have to review your legislation. We could send to you some examples, but this could be for Germany or Spain, will be different from Indonesia. Okay. The most important here is that this method is for prevention. I want to tell you an example. I was in Dubai. Okay. Dubai, well, I was in Sharjah. Sharjah is near Dubai, United Emirates, okay? And I was in a really big hotel. And the quality manager told me, Sergio, I am very afraid because the government wants to close my hotel, the whole hotel. And I told him, okay, please do prevention with this method. Then you can tell to the government that every week I am doing tests of Legionella and I am, how to say, I am doing prevention. I am trying to avoid problems, okay?
One question again.
Okay.
That need repetition for one sample, like double
check.
duplo, like double test for one sample.
Sorry, the room is big and I cannot understand. Can you?
Is that need multiple tests for one sample, like that? We test one sample and repeat repeat the test. So is that need one sample with twice repetition?
Sorry, I cannot understand. You mean you take one sample, right?
Yeah.
And you do this one sample?
For two.
Yeah.
Okay. You mean that how if we make some tests exactly for one sample and then we divide the samples to be two kind tests in one running sample. I mean that if we have samples, one sample, then we are doing the test for we divide the samples to
listen. You take this is a sample, okay?
Yeah.
This is 1 liter for one room of one hotel, only one room of one hotel. Another sample from this room 2 of the hotel. Another sample from the room 3 from the hotel. Or one sample of 1 liter from one tray of the cooling tower. Another sample from the other cooling tower. You understand?
Yeah.
Always separated, and you need to concentrate in the filter.
¿Cuál es la pregunta?
No, que tienes que coger una muestra de cada parte.
Claro.
No mezcladas.
No, claro.
Do you understand, for example, if
Yes.
you, pero en una piscina sí que podrían mezclarlo, ¿no? De diferentes sitios.
Pueden coger de un vaso, de otro vaso,
Pero eso que podrían mezclar la muestra.
No, mezclarla no. La muestra sería de un punto concreto.
Claro. Just clarifying, one sample, 1 liter is from one point. Okay?
Okay.
Si no saben lo que están analizando.
Because please understand, if you go to a hotel or hospital and you mix 3 rooms in one sample, you don't know what room has Legionella.
How is the sample handled on the way from the sampling point to the laboratory? Is that we have to use a cool box for bring the sample?
Llevar las muestras lo antes posible al laboratorio.
Lo ideal es refrigeradas para que no varíe lo que han tomado.
Yeah, the best way to collect it's to
antes de 24 horas.
Before 24 hours. You know, just a small joke, okay? We always have customers asking how long time I need to take the sample and go to the lab. Yeah. We have in our law, in our government and other governments like Portugal, They say as soon as possible. quickly. But 24 hours, it's okay. You know why? Because the Legionella, if there is Legionella inside, they can dead.
Oh,
And then you have to put it in a fridge, normal.
Si se mantiene el nivel de Legionella que haya, se mantendrá si está refrigerado.
It's better to have some degrees, as you said, in the small portable fridge. It's okay.
But they cannot be dead, because if they are dead, they are not detected anymore. Is that correct?
Exactly. If we collect the sample and we have the sample in the car 20 days, and after these 20 days we test, the Legionella will be dead, for example, and we will not, when we do the test, we will say negative. Okay? But maybe PCR, the other methods, will say that there is Legionella. I mean, it depends. You have to collect quickly. I mean, the PCR will say that there is Legionella, but it's dead. And maybe in the installation, the Legionella is already dead or already have done the infection. In bacteria testing,
But during the 24 hours, they will not be killed. They will not die, you think?
Exactly. In 24 hours, you have time to quickly
but in the fridge, they will die or not?
No, we'll preserve during 24 hours, no more.
And they are not dying.
Exactly.
So fridge is better than outside.
Yeah, because it depends on the.
But they like the 50 degree usually. So I don't know why fridge is better than having them outside.
Que la Legionella prefiere altas temperaturas.
Sí, claro, vamos a ver, la Legionella y cualquier bacteria, su crecimiento es a más de 37 grados.
Please, this point is important, Helmut. If the temperature is high, maybe, please understand this. If we collect and we have a small quantity of Legionella, really small,
Yeah.
it's not
And then
effective. Exactly.
Explode.
When the other thing that could happen is that if you don't collect in a fridge, this will grow and grow and grow, and you will test and you will say, oh, it's a really big possible outbreak, and this is not like this. I mean, this is why we collect in a fridge temperature. Okay.
Okay. And after they will still live after the fridge. They will not get killed in the fridge.
Exactly, but we have to do the filtration as quick as possible to do the test, okay? As soon as possible. Yeah.
Okay, we got it. And how about the sampling technique for measuring Legionella in water pipes or water spray? Is that using the swab method?
For collecting the sample?
No.
Collect the sample? How to collect the sample, you mean?
Okay. How about
Yeah.
How about the sampling technique for measuring Legionella in water pipes or water spray? Is that using the swab method or only take the water?
La forma de coger el agua.
Water tap, water keran.
Un grifo.
De spray.
Pero de spray.
Di pipa, Bu. Soalnya Legionella banyak di pipa.
Yeah, the method is.
A veces van con un isótopo y lo que hacen es con el isótopo en la boca de un grifo, por ejemplo, y lo meten
también. Yeah, there are. You will have to review your legislation, okay? But they collect 1 liter, for example, from the tap and put it inside. And sometimes they use these isotopes, you know, the same that it is used for the COVID, that they put it in the nose.
Sure.
And they put in the tap, the faucet, and put it inside.
Okay.
Inside the water. This is one way. If it is spray, you have to do the same. I mean, you need to go to the spray tap and put it inside and wait until you have the liter.
Okay.
It's more difficult, I know, because this is spray and you have to wait, but there is not other. And you can use also the isotope in the mouth of the faucet.
Okay.
Se nos ha olvidado explicar cómo hacer con las muestras de estos otros.
I have read there's special treatment for water to test Legionella. So for this sample, to using this method, should there be special treatment for water samples, such as the addition for natrium thiosulfate, or just pure water directly testing with this method?
Do you mean for water treatment plants?
Sí.
Para
El método es bueno para cuando, por ejemplo, queremos verificar que la desinfección ha sido efectiva.
No, porque para tratamiento de agua
Sí,
sería lo mismo, tiene un punto de
sí.
Okay, in the water treatment plant, you have to collect 1 liter. It's the same in several points. Okay.
There is no special treatment.
No.
El problema que tendrán ahí es que será agua sucia.
Yeah, in this case, the problem will be that the water will be maybe dirty. Okay. In this case, if the water is dirty because it's coming from the water plant or treatment or from the river, Miguel will explain you now how to proceed. Okay.
Okay.
Nunu, just to avoid to forget it, is it possible that later, maybe for web transfer, you send to us the video?
Yes.
Thank you.
You can see the video. Yeah.
Thank you. More questions?
I have not a question actually, but expectation because the region is expired date is 5 months, right? Expired date for the region is 5 months. Yes.
Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah. Is there any possibility in the near future you can create the region that longer than 5 months, saying 8 or 12 months, because it takes from Spain to here, all the transportation.
Yeah.
Es preferible que nosotros se lo enviemos con
we want to make, yeah, we want to make clear this, okay? We more or less could last 3, 4, 5 days to go to Indonesia, for example, okay?
Days. If we bring it hand carry, it days. But when you import with all the with the custom and everything, it takes weeks, 6 weeks.
6 semanas todo el proceso de importación.
6 semanas
en Indonesia, sí.
Yeah.
When
you import the, I mean, it's common.
Ya, pero después tienen que importarlo. Nunung.
Yes.
I have to speak with Helmut and with you and to find the right way, because I don't know if you can obtain some kind of importation, how to say, from the government that give you the right to import quickly. Why? Because the reagents go in dry ice, and you cannot have the reagents. This is clear. You cannot have the reagents in the customs 6 weeks.
No, I mean the process, but we keep in the fridge while the storage while the process. I mean, that's our situation plus the pandemic, so we cannot move that as usual. Yeah, that's only it is only my expectation if you can make more than 5 months. That's the first, and the second, maybe it's not the question. Maybe I will ask by email already. There's one of bottles region is have a different volume, right? Helmut, last time we sent you email. Maybe we're
yes,
not.
I sent to Begonia the email. You have been in copy.
Maybe
because one was leakage.
Yeah,
The
only
LC
one.
One was leakage.
No sé lo que ha pasado ahí, pero
I have sent it to Begonia and you have
está preparado para ellos, es el mismo lote.
Yeah, please see this, okay? You mean that the tap was broken and it was leaked, right?
No, we don't know how. But when come to us, there's one bottle have the more like this one. Say example, it's not this, but when it comes, there's one with a lower volume than the others because we buy 3 sets. There's only one set with a different volume. Very good detail to Helmut last time. Maybe we cannot discuss. I'm asking about that if you can help. So
no, but please, it was L1.
L1. Leakage. L1. It was L1.
Okay, just to summarize, you received 3 of these, and one of them was less volume, but a lot less, or
da igual, sí.
Irma
ya ha hablado con Andrea.
Escucha, recibieron 3 y uno tenía un poco menos.
Poquito menos. Vamos a ver, tienen que testar como ese.
It needs to be like this, okay? The 3 bottles. Anyway,
it was half.
Half?
I meant a picture.
No sé, bueno, Sergio, que no sé lo que ha pasado ahí.
No.
Que se la repone.
Anyway, don't worry. It is this prepared for you from the same batch. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, ya Andreas ya lo ha hablado con Ima, ya lo ha hablado con Andreas.
Andreas already spoke with CEO of Biotica, Ima, and all is prepared to send you another bottle of the same batch. Okay.
Okay. Yes. So we can talk about the shipment together with other. I will talk at another event, not now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But it's just strange because we used to use very good bottles that is very good closed. You know, strange. Anyway, you have prepared here the new one. Okay.
Okay.
So they talked already with Andreas.
Now you can going to now. That's one that the bottle that we are talking about.
Sí.
Can you see that?
Es que es
closer.
No sé lo que ha pasado ahí, pero todos los botes es imposible que.
That's the
really strange because we always try to follow the quality and it's really strange.
Pero no hay problema.
But don't worry because we will, as I said, Andreas spoke with Biotica and all is correct.
Es importante que lo tengan en nevera, no lo tengan ahí.
It's important that you have the L1 in the fridge, okay? Don't have it.
Yeah, he'll take it from the fridge and he will put it back now.
Okay. Thank you.
But then you will put it back.
Nuno, about your question of 5 months, I am very sorry because it's really difficult to have the antibodies and other reagents to have more time. It's not possible.
If you send in the dry, it's not possible.
Dry?
Is it?
No.
No.
Si lo enviamos
yeah.
seco y tal.
No.
At the moment, it's not possible.
Okay.
Okay, but our idea, I mean, the idea is always to receive the test and sell it and do the test quickly, you know?
Okay. I have no more question, and the training is already very clear for me. And how about my team, my my super team, Zapna, Mita, Gilang, Patoni, and Yusuf? Is there any question?
And
To
could you share the PowerPoint to us? The presentation.
Share?
Yes.
What do you need that we share?
your screen information about the legend.
Presentation file.
More information about what? Sorry?
Ya, Zapna. Nanti bagi ada brosur.
Could you send us the PowerPoint or presentation file by email?
Yeah.
Okay, the PPT file, the presentation. Sure. Sure. I hope to have the chance to meet you in person sometime if
Yes.
all goes good with the COVID.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really get in love with your country. It's really nice, really nice. And the people, you are very proximate. Thank you so much.
We like to smile actually, no matter what.
Okay, thank you so much. And any question, we can reply to you by email, or if you need some kind of document or something like that. Okay.
Okay. We have to take a picture together. Is it okay? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Best. Who will take a picture? Will use. Oh my God, my cap. Oh my. Okay. Maju dong. Gracias and danke.
Gracias.
Va a tomar una picture, una foto.
Sí, de todos.
One. Okay. Do something.
Smile.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Miguel.
Thank you.
Martinez, and also you.
It was
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Cuando quieran ya
It was a pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Adiós.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.